Lee, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
Awesome. Hey, it's good to see you. How's Seattle? How's Seattle these days?
Seattle's good. We're trying, as like a lot of the country, we're trying to avoid burning down, but we're trying to make the best of it. I went running this morning, and it actually was not as bad as I was expecting, so that's good.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, the air is clearing up here a little bit in Colorado, and I mean, I see the pictures out of California. Crazy,
Yeah,
crazy times.
yeah, for sure.
But hey, for people who don't know you, how long have you been an agent?
So I've been licensed since 2005. But when I first got my license, I went into the wormhole of property management and didn't really escape for like about 12 or 13 years.
Wow. So how long have you been? So let me put it to you this way: how long have you actually been selling real estate?
I got my Washington license in April of last year, and I have been selling since then.
Okay, so that's what, about a year,
A
handful of
little over
months?
a year, yeah, April of 2019, so a little over a year.
And was it easy for you, or did you get off to a rough start? How did that work out for you?
It was easy in the sense that I knew the business pretty well, but it was hard in the sense that I had no sphere. I didn't know anybody in this market, so that was challenging for sure.
Okay, so dropped brand new into a brand new market. How
Brand
did
new
you meet your
market.
first people? How'd you get your deals?
My first deals, I met them. I mean, all of my deals so far have been through like guerrilla warfare, brute force marketing, FSBOs, expireds, circle prospecting, absentee owners, or for rent by owners.
So you're actually doing the work of real estate. You're not
Yes,
clicking easy buttons. You're not like go
I,
buying
I,
leads on
I am.
Zillow.
I'm not buying leads on Zillow. I am not doing anything like that. All of my leads are people who I contact out of the blue who have never talked to me before, and I set a time to go look at their house, and I go meet them at the property, and I convince them to list it with me and sell it.
But Lee, what if I call them and they say no?
Then you need to read the best sales book ever written, and that's Go for No.
Go
Came
for
out.
no. Tell me
Yep,
about
Go for
that.
No. So that's a book. I think it was written in. It was like a turn of the century book, and it's one of the best selling sales books ever written. It's just a little pamphlet. It's like super thin, and it basically just says that you have to fail your way to success. That's the only way. And the people who fail the most have the most success.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of reminds me of what Brent Gove was talking about this morning on our call, where he's like,
Yes.
hey, I talk to 30 people a month, 25 say no. I don't focus on those. I focus on the five who said yes.
Exactly. Exactly.
Bam. You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
thousands of people later, Brent's, yeah, were you there for that part of the call? That was
Oh
awesome.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm not people. I'll put a link to that call in the comments below, folks. You gotta watch that call. I mean, wow, passion, intensity,
Yes.
ferociousness. I mean, just the love that pours out of that guy. I love him. He's awesome.
Oh, totally, totally.
Yeah. So back to selling. I'm sorry. People are like, "Who's Brent Gove? What are you even talking about?" But back to selling real estate, like FSBOs and all this other stuff. Like you're cold calling. That, I guess that would make sense whether you're in a big city or a small city if you don't know anybody,
Yeah,
right? Just
it's a
pick up
huge
the phone.
market, and I have no sphere. And so, like, my first deal here was I back when we could do real, regular open houses. I was at an open house one day, and I actually, I had a really bad cold, and I really almost didn't want to be there because I just felt really bad. But I was there anyway, and a buyer walked in and wanted to buy that particular condo that I was in, and I wrote the contract and did my first deal. That was like May or June of last year, and then I took an expired listing and I sold an expired listing, like from tip to tip. The whole process, did that, and then and then one of the properties I was managing, somebody was moving out, and it was like a probate type of a deal where it was a couple siblings, and they wanted to sell it, and so I ended up selling that for them. And so I only did like 3 deals last year. It was a really lean year, but I was just getting started. But I was getting a lot of momentum, and I was doing a lot of prospecting.
And talk to me a little bit about momentum and what switched. Like you went from doing 3 deals in one year to, I mean, what's your pace this year? If I recall, you're on pace to do like 9 or 10 million this year.
Yep. So my goal this year is 10 million, and I think after the last couple of weeks, I actually am gonna hit that.
Nice.
So yeah, so I did a lot of prospecting in the fall. Like I was doing like, well, back when open houses were a thing, I was doing 16 open houses a month, and then I was on the phone like at least 5 days a week, if not more, every morning, just prospecting relentlessly. And then that didn't really pay off until I had a really big January and February. And it was all from prospects that I had met, like in that, the last few months of last year. I mean, they say that everything in real estate happens 90 days later, and it's so true.
Very true. Very true. I remember meeting you back in January, February last year. Like, Rick, I can't even get a break for a phone call. I'm so busy. So it's nice that we can actually like catch up on a
Yeah.
Zoom like this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, going to those people, and there's a book, Fanatical Prospecting, I've heard is fantastic. And I got that on my wish list to read that when I have time. But, going back to like, what if people say no and how do you do this? Like, I don't think there's a real estate agent in the country that's going to succeed that can't do 3% on 10 million, right? You can do 3% of any number.
Right.
So
Yep.
if you want to go from 0 to 3% of 10 million in 2 years, listen to what Lee's talking about. It's really, really good stuff. Now they're also going to say, well, I'm not as good looking as Lee, or I don't have his CRM, or he has some whiz bang website. Like, do you have any secrets that are making you successful?
The only secrets that I have are like, I do have a really good coach. That's Brandon Mulrinen, and I'm following his program pretty religiously. So shout out to Brandon. But other than that, I mean, it's really about the activity. It is all about the activity. And it sounds like trite or cliche or whatever, but it's like, I have lead sources. I have places that I like, a lot of agents do, where I find for sale by owners, or I find expireds, or whatever it is. But if you don't do the activity, you won't get you won't get the deals.
Now, have you switched like your lead source 14 times and your CRM 8 times?
Nope, I do not have shiny object syndrome. I use Land Voice for my FSBOs and my expireds, and then I use Mojo for my dialer, and then I do have a CRM, as they say, the best one is the one that you will use.
Correct.
So,
correct. I'm shocked. Lee just gave me what he actually uses.
Yeah.
You're not afraid of your competition?
No, not at all. Not at all. Because I mean, I do probably 2 or 3 previews every single day. So I'm out in the field, doing previews, and I talk to people and I relate with them. And I think that's really why I get the business more than anything.
Yeah. Now you've had an opportunity to sample a couple of brokerages recently. You went through, I think you were at a couple of franchises. Is that right?
Yeah. So I was with Century 21 last year,
okay.
Which is it's an office, or it's a 6-office firm here, like in my area surrounding here. Then I moved in. So I was there from like April until I guess maybe like October. Then I moved from there to a Keller Williams office, to the Ben Kinney companies. And I was there from last fall and then all the way through just recently. And I just moved to EXP recently. So
I was going to do a drum roll. So September 10th, Lee Jennings is moving to EXP. Now, why? Yeah, you've sampled the best, right? Century 21 is an awesome firm. Keller Williams, Ben Kinney's built an amazing business. I mean, he's unparalleled. He's probably one of the best agents and business builders in the country.
Yep.
What do you see at EXP that that attracts you?
I mean, for me, it was like for a solo independent agent like me, it's kind of got everything that you would possibly want, because it's got a lot of technology. It's got that, all of those resources, but it also has, I mean, for me, honestly, the biggest thing was the revenue share, because I love coaching, teaching, and training. That's, one of my favorite parts of the business. And I have like so many gurus like that I've learned about over the last 18 months that have like changed my world. And I want to do the same thing for other people. And so this really allows me to do that, because I can recruit agents nationwide, all 50 states. I can recruit agents in Alaska or Florida or Maine or wherever. And I know a lot of agents in these other markets because I've been licensed for like 15 years, and I'm licensed in Colorado and Wyoming now. So I can help them. I can help them build their businesses. And I mean, that's phenomenal to me.
Yeah. And I think that's, the people that I see that are really gravitating to EXP, that make it and are, kind of really bonding with the culture of EXP, are people like you who want to help other people, who want to see others succeed, who freely give away information, who collaborate and want to see other people succeed, right? And, and the beautiful thing about that revenue share that you mentioned is it financially incentivizes agents to be who they are already.
Right. Right.
right? I mean, if you're attracted, I don't think people are attracted to EXP because it's like money, 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 but when you were at Century 21, did you ever tell anybody you were happy and say, hey, you should come on board? Or when you were at
Oh
Keller
no.
Williams, like,
It was just a different culture. And really and truth be told, I was just trying to get a few deals together and get my feet wet in this
yeah.
market.
But I
But
think my point to that was like when you're happy where you are, you share it, right?
right, right.
So, like I shared it with you. I was like, hey, EXP is awesome. You should check it out.
Yeah, yeah, and I found that so far, like everyone who I've talked to in EXP so far, like over the last few months, because I've been looking at it for a while and trying to figure out my license and all that, and everyone I've talked to has been amazing. I mean, they've all been. It's sort of like I view it as kind of like a cutting edge brokerage, and what I'm seeing is that there's cutting edge agents who are who are in it, who know how to leverage technology. Like that's really my value proposition in my market, because Seattle is so tech rich, is leveraging technology to help sell homes.
Yeah.
So
Now,
it's
if I were able to blast this video out to every agent, like your personal friends, your personal network, what's the one message you want to get across to them about why they should take a look at EXP? Like why is it why is it better than a franchise or being just independent?
do something for your long-term financial future. I mean, that's the biggest thing for me is like, it's the joke that everyone says in EXP, but when's the last time you went to a realtor's retirement party? The answer is never. That's, it's called a funeral. And I mean, I want to build something long term here, and I want to help other people be successful. This is the best path to do that. I'm convinced. I mean, I've looked at it every way you can, and I know a lot of other really great thinkers have too. And it's a phenomenal business, and it allows you to have all of the benefits of being at a large brokerage while building your own business and getting residual income, which is so rare.
That is really rare. And everybody, the historic model is buy investment properties. And
Right,
when the
right.
average sale price in Seattle's up over 700,000 and over 600,000 in Denver,
Yeah.
those days are kind of gone, right?
Yeah.
And they're, I talk to people who own 20, 30 rental properties and they can't sell them because the step up in basis will kill them, right? The
Right.
taxes. So now they've got to manage 30 properties, which is sucking the fun out of life. So when you have someone like, Tim Harris or Sean Kokoska or Orlando Montiel and Brent Gove, like on a call this morning, like four of the best coaches in the country, but not just the world, right? And multimillionaires are on the phone with you and me this morning saying, this is how you get what I've got. And I want to help you get there.
Yeah.
I don't know any other business in the world where a multimillionaire says, do what I do and you'll get what I've got. And I want to help you get there.
It's really the people. I mean, that was really like such a huge thing for me too. It was like being a part of our group, like this Libertas group. It's like incredible. It's such an incredible opportunity. I don't think that people even really get how amazing of an opportunity that is. That's why I try to get people to come on the calls, because they have to see it. Like they have to really see it. And like, it might take a little bit to understand like what the magnitude of that, but it is huge. It's huge.
Yeah. And for people who do want to see it, you can text the word MyEXP to 31996. That's MyEXP to 31996. And we'll send you just like a quick 7-minute video, because unless you actually see what you're saying yes or no to, don't listen to everything else and the hype and the blogs and everything else, right? Like see it for yourself and judge it for yourself, right? If you're gonna like a chocolate cake, you're gonna taste the chocolate cake. You're not gonna take Lee's word for it that it's good chocolate cake. So taste the chocolate cake, watch the video, and then Lee, they should get in touch with you directly. What's your cell phone?
Yeah, so my cell number is 206-419-8303. And my email is leejenningsrealtor@gmail.com. So
all right,
reach
and
out
you've
to
got
me.
an EXP Realty email now. You've got an EXP Realty website,
That's
IDM
right.
site.
That's right.
You've got an EXP agent attraction website already, just
Yes,
like
I'm
bam,
super pumped
bam,
about
24
that.
to 48 hours. You've got online marketing materials, drag and drop. You've got 50 hours a week of live education, plus coaching from Tim and Sean and all these others. Hey, Lee, I just want to say thank you for sharing your tips and tricks on how to be like just the best agent possible in a brand new market with no sphere.
Oh,
And,
definitely.
you know, just a heartfelt welcome to EXP. And I can't wait to see your success and all the thousands of lives that you're going to positively impact over the next, you know, years. I'm positive that's going to happen.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for doing this. I'm super pumped. This is going to set me up really well for a huge 2021.
Awesome. Thanks, brother. Talk to you soon.